Hi everyone and welcome back to the Overtake GT. This is the Hyundai Genesis Coupe 3.8 from 2013. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. With that Lambda Genesis engine, this thing really does have a lot of grunt and a lot of power. Pushing over 580 brake horsepower, this 700 pp build will guarantee you a win at Le Mans and at any other event you decide to throw it in, even your weekly challenges. So get your Genesis Coupe, follow me to the tuning shop and let's get this build well and truly underway. So here we are at the tuning shop and it's time to shed some weight. So weight reduction stage 1 is what you need to get from sports. Club sports, you want to get bore up, high lift camshaft. Weight reduction stage 2, a power restrictor and a ballast. On the semi-racing, you want to get a racing crankshaft, a fully customizable computer, a medium RPM turbocharger, fully customizable LSD, weight reduction stage 3 and increase the body rigidity. Under racing you want to get stroke up, engine balance tuning, polished ports, racing intercooler and a racing air filter with a racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads and a racing brake kit. I went for the slotted ones on this build, brake balance controller, fully customizable suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, fully customizable racing transmission and a set of racing medium tyres. That's what I'd recommend for this one. Extreme, a set of intermediates. If you go to Le Mans, that's what you're going to need because boy does it throw up some bad weather. And under ultimate, titanium connecting rods and pistons and a carbon propeller shaft. So now we have all those key components. Let's get to GT Auto and make this thing look as streamlined as it can to guarantee you a win whatever track you enter it on. Let's go. So here we are at GT Auto and the first thing we need to do is go to car maintenance and service. And on the right hand side you'll see it says wide body and you want to get that installed on there. And that just gives this thing such a meaner stance, and as you can see by the way it looks there, those tyres really do fill in and it looks absolutely astonishing. Okay, so now we've done that, let's go back, let's go to car maintenance and service and we will sort out the wheels while we're here now. So wheels, as you can see I've gone for the Volt racing wheels. I've got a thing for those at the moment. 19-inch wheels, rim width wide, offset wide, and get those installed on the car. Now that you've done that, we'll go to custom parts, and at the front you want type B, the side type B, and the wing a custom wing set. So it doesn't matter whether it's high, medium or low, or what the end plate is, pick whatever you fancy, they all do the same job. So now we've done that, you go back, racing items, bonnet pin, tow hook, pick whatever suits your fancy, and under other, your light bulb, number plate, and of course, caliper colour. Pick whichever suits your fancy again. Now livery editor, if you want to make one like I have and just go mad and try and make one that looks a bit of a World Endurance Championship design I went for in this one. But if you want to make your own livery editor it is. And if you want to use one someone else has made load style, pick one and go nuts. Now that's done, let's get on that setting sheet and let's get this thing fully dialed in to guarantee us a win wherever we race. And here we are at the setting sheet and it is time to get this thing to perform the way we want it. So racing medium tyres, first thing we need on there. And then your body height adjustment is 105 at the front and 135 at the rear. Your anti-roll bar is 10 at the front, 6 at the rear. Your dampen ratio compression is 30 front and rear. And the dampen ratio expansion is 50 front and rear. Now the natural frequency is 2.75 at the front and 2.85 at the rear. And the negative camber angle is 2.8 at the front and 3 at the rear. Now the toe angle is dead centre at the front. And I have gone for a toe in at the rear of 0.10. And boy does this thing let all of that come together and help you win wherever you go. Absolutely astonishing. Okay, differential gear. Initial torque 10, acceleration sensitivity 15 and braking sensitivity 20. And when you downshift in this car or you let off the power, it sounds absolutely amazing, which you'll find out in a moment when I do a quick track guide at Le Mans just to give you some pointers and some help when you race there. Aerodynamics, 100 at the front and 200 at the rear. Your ECU stays at 100%. Performance adjustments, leave that at 100% on the power restrictor and don't touch anything on the ballast. Your top speed, keep that at 300 km/h, and manual adjustments make these changes. First gear 2.423, second gear 1.845, third gear 1.503, fourth gear 1.252, fifth gear 1.053, and sixth gear 0.914. That's a final drive of 3.434, and this thing really does let you know it revs over 8,000 RPM. That's everything else you need installed on there. I would, if you're struggling to brake, get your brake controller on your brake balance and just get that on the rear, say 2, 3 on there. That should be more than enough. If you're really struggling, set it to 5. But this thing really is a very easy drive for anyone. Now let's get into a quick track guide to Le Mans for those that do the money grind, because this has got some key information in there that you're going to need to know when it comes to the performance of this car. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so here we are in the Hyundai Genesis, and this car is definitely underrated in my opinion. You want to get your fuel map up to lean, and this thing sounds absolutely brilliant. When you downshift, the noise it makes is just, listen to that. It sounds like gunfire. Absolutely brilliant, what a noise. But yeah, on the upshift, you can hear every click, every noise, and it is absolutely astonishing what this car delivers on track. Especially somewhere like here at Le Mans, you'll see what it can do, because it is definitely one that you are going to want to have in your garage to use. Ooh, Aldi's getting a bit shirty there. Decided to come back at me, but we're straight past him. It's got great speed down the Mulsanne straights, and you'll see that now as we go past the Lambo. And it really does pick up speed pretty quick, and it's very good. And you'll see on fuel as well, it's not that bad either. So you will see that start creeping up a little bit, depending on how we drive. Depends on how many laps we get. Listen to that noise, what a noise, honestly. The handling as well of this, it's got so much grip, and the handling is sublime. You just throw it into a corner. Look. Absolutely brilliant, it's just on point. What we do is I'll crack on and I'll see if the next round of pit stops, because I know that bad weather will probably turn up in the next couple of laps, and I'll see you when we are at the front. So we've just crossed the line. You can see I've got half a second penalty, but don't worry, it's one of those things off the chicane. Unfortunately, it was a bit too greedy that time, but look at that. We're on our last lap, so 3 laps of fuel in this little beast. Too much power then into that corner. That was on me, driver error. If you look at the radar, there's a little bit of weather coming over, but not much. So far, car's handling well, solid performer, racing mediums holding up. It's just a case of now pushing the car, get round, increase the speed as much as we can, and that's it. Not much else to say. It's a great car, and it's doing pretty well, apart from the squidgy bit behind the steering wheel. Me making a couple of mistakes. It's fine, it's perfectly fine. It's a great car. Look at that, 15 seconds support here. What's not to love? Right, I see you when we come into the pits. So here we are, first round of pit stops, and there's a little bit of rain. There's not much at all. I'm just going to stick a fresh set of racing mediums on, because there's nothing that bad. If the weather does decide it's going to get worse, I'm going to up the fuel map and I'm going to go for it, come back and get into zone. But at the minute, it just looks like very, very light rain. The car's handling great. You can see I got in just as the fuel ran out. So manage your fuel accordingly. You can get 3 laps, and we've got a 27 second lead. But the car's handling really well. It's doing what I've asked it to do. I made a little mistake, which was me going over a chicane, so it got me a penalty. But other than that, perfectly fine. Again, really enjoyable car, really fun to drive, and you can just crack on and keep getting those lap times in. Right, let's get out and let's see what we can do. There you go, not much weather, so not too bad. Just need to get back on that racing line and stick with it. So I will see you if anything changes. Okay, you can see I'm just finishing the lap after pitting, starting lap number 5, and look what's coming over now. It's a bit of bad weather. I'm hoping we'll be able to escape it, but I think what we might need to do now is actually push the car a little bit and get in, because it's going to look like that'll be inters. I'll see how the lap progresses, but hopefully we can just push on. Look at all that coming over now. It's going to be interesting to see how we deal with all of this rain, because it looked like the sun was coming out. I've checked the weather map, and as we cross the line, it looks like it's going to be torrential. Actually, it looks like it's going to be really bad. So what we'll do, we're going to turn the fuel map up, get in, it's going to be inters, and then we'll go from there. You can also see now fuel map 1 as I come to the end of this Mulsanne straight. Look, 190, hard on the brakes, that's just on the little section. So you can imagine how quick it is on that first section, and look at what's coming over now. It is literally dark blue, the green, and there's even a little bit of yellow. It's not going to be nice. Look, fuel map 1, this thing is just going to absolutely tonk it to the pits, because we need to get there as fast as we can, because getting stuck in that, it's not going to be nice. Not on these tyres. It's not going to be able to cope. Like I've mentioned a few times already on the videos from the last week, well, too much power from me. You can see on the bottom left where your tyres are, there's that gauge. Now it's in the bottom third, so these tyres are fine. But between now and getting to the pits, that's going to increase dramatically. That lets you know how wet the road is, what tyres you should be on. Definitely going to need inters on. That rain's going to make it far too wet. And the good news I've got now is I've actually got 3 pit stops. So I'm going to get in, get inters on, refuel, and get out. Just looking at that weather, and you might think stay on dries. The problem you've got is damn much rain coming over. It's going to make the track that wet for a couple of laps. You might as well chuck some inters on. Right, here comes the rain. I'm going to get in the pits. I'll see you when I get out. Just as I come on the Mulsanne straight after pitting, you can see where that bar is that I've just discussed by your tyres. So I'm just going to stay on these just for the next couple of laps till the end, because the last thing you want to do is spin. And that much rain, it just absolutely soaks the track. So it's not going to dry up for a couple of laps anyway. So what we'll do is we'll just crack on as we are, and I'll see you at the end. And here we are, about to cross the line. Nice little section now. You can see by the fuel, I've absolutely pushed the limit of when and when not to use the fuel maps. And here we go, over the line, 2% left. And we've done it. This car's a solid performer. Hyundai Genesis, what a car. And it is one that won't let you down though. Just bear in mind, fuel map 6, watch the way you shift. You can extend that fuel to get you 3 laps. Other than that, you're going to get 1.5, 2 laps if you run it in any of the others. Again, depending on how you shift, how you drive. A 413, it can go quicker in fuel map 6, don't get me wrong. Got a bit stuck in traffic every now and again, but perfectly fine. Great car, a 90-second advantage over everyone else in the field, and a nice easy win. And more importantly, that means 825,000 credits with that clean race bonus. Right, you're going to have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one, and if you've not subscribed, I suggest you do it already. Right, see you in a bit.